She's alive. Oh my God.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's video is really cool because I'm doing a little, review. It's been about a year now since I've had this Jon Boat, and we finally got a motor on it. And the last time I did this, there was no motor, so this is really exciting. I've been fishing with this boat now for about 4 or so months, and then we put it into storage for the winter because it's just gets a little too cold up here to be doing much fishing in the winter other than ice fishing. So I'm gonna do a little review, walk you guys through my boat, my little Jon Boat to bass boat build, and show you guys the features and just talk about the boat a little bit. So hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. On the back here, we got a little Mercury 4-stroke engine, 9.9, perfect. If you hear the water, I got the water running. I finally pulled it out of storage today, and so we're getting the motor fired up and letting it run a little bit, get warmed up, get some gas through it, and then hopefully get through any of that leftover gas from last year. I put some additive into it. Probably should have burned more of it off last year, but that's okay. We're gonna get through it now. New gas, fresh gas. We got new spark plugs. We got an oil change done before winter. Just all that preventative maintenance. So to start with this boat, I'm gonna talk about the trailer first. On the bottom, we talked about this before, but this beautiful black trailer we got down there, I got for like $5 or $10 from a good buddy. We refurbished the whole thing. We got new tires, we got a new spare here, got a new jack, and now we're gonna be pulling it with the old Red Rocket. Kind of a goofy little hitch there, but it's kind of a reverse drop hitch. That way we get it up there a little bit better, so it pulls nicer for the car. This Jon Boat's really cool because it can hold 3 people. Kind of made the boat for 2 people, but if I need to have a 3rd person, I can. In the very far back, we've got the Mercury, and then in front of that, we've got, I think this is a 2.5 gallon gas tank. It's perfect. I went up to Wisconsin for 3 days of fishing, and I never needed to fill up once. It was definitely getting close at the end of it, but I mean, for a weekend or a long weekend, you should have plenty of gas, maybe one fill up if you need it. I went ahead and carpeted the entire boat, the back, the lower part, and the front. I made a nice casting deck, and it's just 1/2-inch plywood that's got some boat carpet on top of it, and that boat carpet just makes the boat a little bit nicer. It doesn't heat up if you're in some extreme temperatures. It's not uncomfortable to walk on. And then here in the middle, more carpet, like I said, and then underneath, because you have these rivets or these ribs here, we had to put foam between each one, and then that plywood on top with more carpet. We went ahead and added some cup holders, courtesy of my brother. Shout out to him for getting me these cup holders. You wouldn't think about it, but cup holders is a game changer. We drink a lot of canned pops, just canned drinks in general. So those are key because they spill all over the place. You don't have lids, so it's nice. Soon we're going to be adding some ram mounts to this boat. And basically what I did was I got the ball attachment. I'm going to be attaching them to some corners, and then we'll have some different camera angles coming. So that'll be coming up soon. And then in the very front, we've got this incredible casting deck. And this casting deck it's literally perfect. There's plenty of room here. We got a drop down for your foot pedal, trolling motor foot pedal. Over here we got our Helix 5. And then you got 3 storage compartments. The one on the far right is for your batteries. It's full of junk right now because we're just getting it out of storage. The one in the middle is specifically designed for tackle trays. Put them down in there. Like I said, more junk. And then the one on the far left is for all of my essentials. So I've got like a flare gun. I've got my life jackets over there. I've got fillet knives and a few tools that I've got. So there's not a ton of storage on a little Jon Boat like this, but it's just a 14-foot Jon Boat. So having just a little bit of storage in it is nice and not cluttered. And so when I'm driving down the road, the only thing I have to worry about is, my oars, if I'm so inclined. There's only like 2 screw holes in the entire boat, and it's just to hold this guy down here. I've got one on each side. And that's what's also nice about this build is that this inside here, you just lift that up and that'll come right out. Never flies out with the wind. In the front, I put 0 holes in the boat. No rivets, no screws, no bolts, no nothing. It's all just sitting in there, but it's so heavy in the front that it holds down tight. And if you're ever wondering, I have had 4 people in this boat with gear. We also had a dog in here, so 4 people, 1 dog, full of gear, and my casting deck, the motor and everything. And we definitely sat a little bit lower in the water, but not enough that it was anything to really worry about. So if you're worried about doing like a Jon Boat to bass boat build like this because you're worried about weight, the only thing it really does is slow you down a little bit when you're trying to go full speed, but it doesn't really sit that much lower in the water. It's completely safe. It's worth it, trust me. The fishing experience with having a foot pedal trolling motor, it's night and day difference versus handheld, because I can keep fishing and moving around as much as I please. Another reason that I really wanted to do this video again is to answer a lot of the questions that I've had before from it. One of those questions is, how stable is the boat when you're standing up that high? And to be honest with you, in the beginning, it was a little tough, but once you kind of get your sea legs, you understand the boat, you understand the water and the waves a little bit better, it's a cakewalk to me. I have no issues with it. Unless I'm in some extreme water, maybe like foot swells or something, I should be fine. And we've been in some rough water with it. We went up to Wisconsin for 3 days, and when we were up there, the winds were like 15 to 25 mile an hour every day, and so getting to and from some spots was a little rough, but for the most part, a Jon Boat's all you need to spend, or all you need to get, and the cost of building it and buying it outweighs, you know, a really, really nice fancy fiberglass boat. So I highly recommend a Jon Boat like this. It's perfect. And the Helix, a Humminbird 5 up here. I've also had a lot of questions about the Helix Humminbird 5 that I have. One question was about running it off of the same battery. So I have my trolling motor and my fish finder, depth finder, all off the same battery. You don't have to do that. Some advise not to do it. I have no problems with it. And so inside this compartment, I've got like alligator clips. This is for the battery, and then the smaller ones is for the fish finder. I just clip it on just like so, and then attach that to the battery, and I have no issues with it. And I finally got, it's a bigger battery, I don't know the name of it exactly. It's a big green battery. It's like the size of a car battery, but it lasts me all day, no problem. I've never run it to see how long it would last, but I have full power all day, and my guess is that I can get at least a day and a half out of it, of like 8 solid hours of going. So definitely it's worth it. Over here we've got your Minn Kota trolling motor, and this is just a 45-pound thrust, which isn't much. It's the Minn Kota Edge, and a lot of people wonder also if that's enough to pull this much weight around. I have no trouble with it. Is it the fastest thing in the world? No, but it certainly gets the job done. Little depth finder there, the actual components to it, and I just put a big like O clamp on here, and I've got it really, really tight. And as you can see, the blades spin freely, have no issues, but it's been pretty nice. I've got the wire going up the shaft there and then down through the deck. So that's the only hole in the deck that you can actually see. But like I said, this boat's a lot of fun to use. It's an incredible boat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Let me know down below any more questions you have about it. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to answer those. And I hope you guys do, you know, try out some Jon Boat to bass boat builds. They're a lot of fun to do, and they can save you some serious money. All together in this, I've probably got a third of the cost of a real cheap bass boat, and this thing does just as good and can get in some skinny waters. So highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Like I said, leave some questions, leave some comments, concerns, and we'll catch you on the next episode.